From Toronto to Damascus, Syrian-Canadian rapper Missionz is on just that, a mission to call out violence and injustice at home and abroad.
And he joins us live this morning. Welcome, Daniel Nora, better known as Missionz.
Missionz, and you are certainly on a mission. Good morning. Good to see you here.
Good morning. How are you?
Very well, thanks. I love that you're using your music for a message, and this is a passion for you because by day, what do you do?
By day, I'm a civil engineer.
Civil engineer. So what do all the guys think about your rap career?
The guys support it. They support the positive message, and they support the movement.
Okay, let's talk about that.
It's quite the swing from being a civil engineer into being a rap artist.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely, because the bills keep coming in.
Yeah. Well, there is that,
and
too.
music doesn't pay enough, so I'm a civil engineer by day, but my passion at heart is music.
So let's start talking about that song, which is all about combating violence in the city. It's called Put the Gun Down, and this was clearly inspired by, unfortunately, what's topping news every single day, which is another shooting.
Yes, absolutely. It's crazy because back home in Syria, you have people dying over politics, people dying over religion, and then over here, you have people dying over what neighborhood are you from, or what group do you represent, and that's not the reason why my parents came here.
And you write about their experiences as well. They came here 30 years ago.
Yep.
From Syria.
And the struggles they went through to settle in after leaving.
Yep. They came here 30 years ago, and they've been here ever since. I used to go back every summer, but about 8 years ago, we haven't been since.
Which is when we've been seeing all the warfare, the conflict. So what and how is your family doing there? I understand you have many family members right now in Damascus.
Yes, I talk to them. I talk to them almost every day. They're good. I had one aunt pass away from breast cancer.
Sorry.
And I couldn't actually even see her grave because of what's going on. But my family's good thus far.
And they're right in Damascus, are they?
Yeah.
And do you write about what's happening in Damascus or what's happening in Syria?
Yep. I write about certain things about like how they have to deal with just hearing gunshots, missiles, like whatever it is. Sometimes when they're sleeping, they hear that stuff, right? So.
And it has to be difficult for you and your family being here so far away from them.
Exactly. That's what I write about, right? About the stress and anxiety of dealing with anything could happen to them. Over 400,000 people died in Syria, and it could have been them. It could be anybody else who has family in Syria. It could be them. You never know.
What's the response been like? Because I'm sure for you it's very cathartic and therapeutic to be able to write about this stuff. I mean, you go to bed, you're thinking about your family, you're waking up to bad news even here in Toronto. What are people saying to you? Are they thanking you for caring, for getting the message out, for talking about it, the anger, the frustration?
Yes, a lot of them actually support me because I'm the only one who's still talking about this and making it aware and like conscious rap. So they keep supporting that.
And what made you want to write about the violence here? I know what you were seeing happening in Syria, but what about here? Have you been exposed to it? Did you?
Yeah, I've seen it. There's certain places in Toronto that are really bad. Like, you can't even go because of what I said, what neighborhood you're from, this and that. It shouldn't be like that. You should be able just to go anywhere in Toronto and just not worry about that.
So we want safety here, of course, and abroad. And you're right, something will, top headlines for a week or two, and then we move on to the next thing. So it's so important for you to continue to tell your story in Syria and here at home. What does your family make of all this, your parents?
100%. My parents also support it, and they support the fact that I keep pushing the history of Syria. Because there's a lot of history there. Like one of the oldest churches in the world, St. Paul's Church, is there in Damascus. And they have a lot of history. For example, I had to bring a present for breakfast television. This is a mosaic, handcrafted, made in Damascus. It's made from pieces of basically stone and glass. And this is something in the Syrian culture. They do lots of mosaic boxes and different handcrafted things.
Thank you. We will treasure it here and keep it here as a reminder, as your music is. Where can we hear more of your music?
You can hear it on any platform. If you just type in Missionz, M-I-S-S-I-O-N-Z, on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud. Just type in Missionz, M-I-S-S-I-O-N-Z. You could check out my new video just shot by Brown Guy Made It. And all my songs are recorded at New Toronto Studios.
Awesome. Continued success. Keep doing
Thank
it.
you
It's
very
so
much for coming
important.
in.
Thank you.
Also go to breakfasttelevision.ca. We've got a link there to all of Missionz music.
And let's head upstairs now to Mel. Mel.